Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. A lot of stakes racing action to bring to you, perhaps a little bit of an anticlimax after last week's big events in Southern California. Nonetheless, some terrific stakes racing around the country, and we are going to start things off at Delaware Park with the running of the Blue Hen Stakes for 2-year-old fillies going a flat mile on the main track. Let's head to Delaware in the running of the Blue Hen.
We're set. And they're off in the Blue Hen. Vogue Girl gets away well toward the inside. Lady Beelzebub in between horses. That's Quiet Down as they race into the first turn. Vogue Girl and Lady Beelzebub. Quiet Down is right there third. From away has the rail in fourth. Followed by Final Assault fifth. Via Sacra a bit wide around that bend there. And toward the inside, My Amandari is the trailer. As they move around the clubhouse turn, they've got about 6 furlongs to navigate. Opening quarter goes in 24-1. And on the front end, it's Vogue Girl setting the tempo, leads it by about a length over Lady Beelzebub in second. Quiet Down is right there in third. 2 lengths to Final Assault. My Amandari moves up on the inside. From away has the rail in sixth, and Via Sacra with the trailer. Only about 6 lengths separates this field as they race toward the half-mile marker. Vogue Girl by a length over Lady Beelzebub. Quiet Down a neck further back with the rail in third. Then comes My Amandari moving up in between horses. Final Assault on the outside. From away with the rail, and Via Sacra now only 5 lengths top to bottom after a half. In 47-3, they race into the turn, and Vogue Girl still leads it by about a length and a quarter over Lady Beelzebub. Quiet Down still toward the inside. Final Assault, Via Sacra is 4 wide. Then My Amandari looking for room in between horses, and From away still pinned in on the rail. Quarter mile to go, and Vogue Girl leads it by 2. Quiet Down takes up the chase. 6 and 113 as they head for home, and it's Vogue Girl they've got to catch. Quiet Down is a length and a half away at second, 3 lengths further back. From away now off the round, kicking in, followed by My Amandari. It's Vogue Girl gamely clinging on to a length and a half lead. Late rally from away who's coming on the far outside, and in between horses, Quiet Down, but they're not catching Vogue Girl. From away, a late rally, but it's not enough. Vogue Girl wins the Blue Hen. From away closed well for second. Quiet Down third. Judges have posted 3. Vogue Girl first. 1 From away getting second. The 6 Quiet Down third with 7 My Amandari fourth. Time for the mile 1 minute 38 and 4.
The just under 20-1 Sata Stalking Trip did look like a bit of a menace at the top of the stretch and could settle for no better than third after weakening late. The winner, Vogue Girl, is a 2-year-old daughter of Souvenir Copy from Rogue Girl by Sham. She was bred in Kentucky by Stan and Ingrid Stefanski, owned by Stan Stefanski and trained by Alan Iwinski, ridden to victory by Roberto Alvarado. Vogue Girl covers the flat mile of the Blue Hen in 1:38 and 4. We're going to head down to the Mid-Atlantic once more, this time to Laurel and the running of the Heavenly Cause for Maryland-bred 2-year-old fillies sprinting 7 furlongs. Let's head down to Laurel and the running of the Heavenly Cause.
They're off in the Heavenly Cause. Herrera's gone off to a sharp beginning, and Sia Promises. Rashetta was away smoothly, running in third. Far outside is Dance Fee, and 2 Bayou in between horses. Patriot's Image, and a well-grouped field here. Only 4 lengths covers them. So it's Sia Promises down inside, Herrera's gone, and Dance Fee racing out there in third. Rachetta's taken hold of there in the 4th spot, and 2 lengths from the lead, and 2 Bayou and Patriot's Image. 5 to go. Pretty slow pace of this group of fillies. Herrera's gone, leads it by a head. Sia Promises second. Dance Fee outside in third. Rachetta's in tight on the inside, racing in fourth, and 2.5 lengths on the front, followed by 2 Bayou and Patriot's Image. Into the turn they run, and it's Sia Promises, Herrera's gone, followed by Dance Fee. Rashetta still confidently ridden on the inside, a length and 3/4 from the front pair, and back to 2 Bayou, and trailing the field is Patriot's Image. Herrera's gone and Sia Promises quicken up on them now. Rashetta looms the threat still in the 3rd spot. Big favorite Rachetta's right behind the top pair. Just needs a bit of racing room at this point, and Dance Fee there at the top of the lane now. And it's Sia Promises from Herrera's Gown. Rashetta now trying to find some clear sailing. Tip just to the outside of Sia Promises, and Rashetta on the outside. Just like a workout here, Rachetta's confidently ridden with a 16th of a mile to go. Rashetta and Sia Promises. Rashetta was toying with Sia Promises and all the others. Rashetta just a little bit richer in the Heavenly Cause. Sia Promises second, Dance Fee was third, and Herrera's Gown.
Fee back in the third spot. Showed a little bit of early speed at 24 to 1, stuck around fairly well, but was no match for the winner when Richetta closed past. The winner, Richetta, is a bay 2-year-old daughter of Polish numbers from Risque by Rahi, bred by the Elk Manor Farm in Maryland and owned by Higgins and Bowman, trained by Robin Graham and ridden to victory by Ramon Dominguez. Richetta covers the 7 furlongs of the Heavenly Cause in 1:24 flat. Heading to New Jersey next for a pair of stakes races over the weekend, beginning with a Halloween night running of the Patterson, $45,000 for 3-year-olds, going a mile and a 16th, a race that once was a real strong feature in graded stakes company on the East Coast at the end of the year for 3-year-olds, has been downgraded, lost its graded stakes status, lost a little bit of purse money, still drew a good field despite only 5 horses showing up. It was a fairly solid field, and let's head down to New Jersey for the running of Friday night's Patterson.
They're off in the Patterson Stakes as Rockin' On Ready rockets to the top here with Alfredo Clemente. Leads it by 2 already. Strike and Go on the outside. Gimme a Wink and Roaring Fever 4 lengths back in the 4th position. Valley Man is trailing 5th, about 8 lengths from the lead. Around the turn, Rockin' On Ready. Clemente trying to throttle and ration out the speed here. Has him under a tight rein. Rockin' On Ready by 3.5 lengths. Gimme a Wink is second with Strike and Go third on the inside. Off the turn, Roaring Fever getting a closer 4th. And then it's a gap of 6 lengths to the trailer Valley Man. 23 for that opening quarter, up the back stretch, and it's Rockin' On Ready, leading it here by 6 lengths in the Patterson Stakes. Gimme a Wink in the second spot, saving ground, Strike and Go on the outside. So that one's outside is Roaring Fever, and they're trying to cut into that lead. Rockin' On Ready continues in front off a half of 46 and 1. The trailer Valley Man as they race to the far turn. Rockin' On Ready at 2 to 1, trying to go all the way, still by about 4.5 lengths. Gimme a Wink now asked to pick it up, and so is Roaring Fever on the outside, getting closer now as they pass the quarter pole. Then it's 2 lengths, Strike and Go, dropping back. Valley Man, no factor so far, past the quarter pole. Rockin' On Ready right there is Gimme a Wink. Roaring Fever trying to rally. 109 and 4, hot fractions. Took their toll on Rockin' On Ready, trying to battle back. But it's Gimme a Wink who catapults to the front. Gimme a Wink, Rockin' On Ready, very game on the inside. Roaring Fever, a final lunge on the outside, they near the wire. Gimme a Wink, holds on for Clinton Potts. Roaring Fever was second. Rockin' On Ready, very game on the inside. Roaring Fever, a final lunge on the outside, they near the wire. Gimme a Wink, holds on for Clinton Potts. Roaring Fever was second. Rockin' On Ready third in the Patterson.
And finished a good second here. Rockin' On Ready, finishing in the 3rd spot after setting the early pace. The winner, Gimme a Wink, a dark bay or brown 3-year-old son of elusive quality from Miss Alethea by TV Commercial, was bred in Kentucky by Nellie M. Cox and Rose Retreat Farm, owned by Walter Wankowski and trained by Tim Ritchie, ridden to victory by Clinton Potts. Gimme a Wink covers the mile and a 16th of the Patterson in 1:41 and 4. We're going to head right back to New Jersey now for the running of the Comet Stakes on Saturday evening. Once again, $45,000, this time 2-year-olds going 6. Let's head back to New Jersey in the running of the Comet.
And they're off in the Comet Stakes, and Tune of the Spirit broke well for Jose Velez Jr. Tune of the Spirit going for the lead. From the inside, Dennis Sport with early speed there. Pleasant Honor in the bright pink colors. Scary Bob between horses is third, as Pleasant Honor just off them, 2 lengths back, 4th on the outside. And Southern Trial is 3 wide from 5th, and on the rail, Rolado Delgado's just 2.5 lengths from the lead. Blazing quarter, 21 and 4 here. Tune of the Spirit on the outside. On the rail, Dennis Port, they're going at it. Scary Bob threatens on the outside and comes on, makes it a trio now. Gap of 2, Pleasant Honor is gaining ground now and threatens from 4th past the quarter pole. Rolado Delgado being asked for run, dropping back on the inside, and then it's Southern Trial. 3 of them now, 4 of them across the track. Here comes Pleasant Honor in the pink colors as they turn home. It's Dennis Port on the inside, Scary Bob on the outside, 44 and 4. Scary Bob, it's Scary Bob. Pleasant Honor on the outside. Towards the rail, Dennisport, Scary Bob, and here comes Pleasant Honor. Pleasant Honor, a late surge with Ortiz, and it will be Pleasant Honor. Pleasant Honor, a mild upset in the Comet Stakes here by 2 lengths over Scary Bob and Dennisport. Here comes Pleasant Honor. Pleasant Honor, a late surge with Ortiz, and it will be Pleasant Honor. Pleasant Honor, a mild upset in the Comet Stakes here by 2 lengths over Scary Bob and Dennisport.
At all. The winner, Pleasant Honor, is a bay 2-year-old gelded son of Double Honor from Feelin' Groovy by Groovy. Bred in Florida by the Farnsworth Farm and owned by Giddy Up Go Stables, trained by Earl Begley Jr. and ridden to victory by Felix Ortiz, Pleasant Honor covers the 6 furlongs of the Comet Stakes in 1:10 and 3. We are going to continue with juvenile stakes racing now. In Kentucky, heading to Churchill Downs, where we're first going to take a look at the Pocahontas run on Saturday for 2-year-old fillies going a flat mile for $100,000. Let's head to Churchill in the running of the Pocahontas.
All in line, off and running in the Pocahontas. Stellar Jane to the front. Hot Mail, Sister Star, and Turn to Lasser, flashing early speed in Rome. Marina de Chavon, followed by Request Denied, Storming Way, and Sweet JoJo. Up the chute they go, Storming Way and Rafael Bejarano taking the lead now. 3 parts of a length in front of In Rome on the outside, and second, Sister Star splitting fillies in third. Hot Mail racing fourth, 2 lengths off the pace early. Turn to Lass is fifth by a half. Sweet JoJo advancing up the inside, then it's Request Denied. Marina de Chavon, and it's a gap of 7 farther back to Stellar Jane, who's at the back of the pack through the opening quarter in 22 and 4/5 seconds. Not that strong a pace on up front, and leading the way, Turn to Lass is matching strides up front with Storming Way now. By a length and a half to the outside, and third comes Sister Star, a close-up third. Then it's In Rome, hung out 4 wide on the turn in fourth. Hot Mail revs up 5 deep in fifth. Sweet JoJo's up behind a wall of fillies. 5 back. Marina de Chavon is next by a couple more. Stellar Jane starts to uncork her rally, still 8 lengths off the pace, but picking off fillies now. And 2 back to Request Denied at the back of the pack. Halfman 46 and 2 as they wind for the quarter pole. It's Sister Star just in front. Hot Mail attacking to the outside. Whip comes out now on Turn to Last. In Rome's under plenty of pressure. Marina de Chavon and Stellar Jane starts to charge hard on the far outside. Sweet JoJo's got clear sailing. It's wide open with a furlong to go. Sweet JoJo accelerates on by to take the lead. Turn to Last. Stellar Jane on the far outside. Sweet JoJo is just in front. Stellar Jane will try to catch her for the outside. Sweet JoJo, Stellar Jane surging. Sweet JoJo took a bad step. The rider came off. Stellar Jane gets up in time. Tight for second.
Stellar Jane, Cornelio Velasquez riding for Wayne Lucas once again, rallying from way back off of the pace, reserved early, 7 wide move to a 2.5 length victory as the 2-to-1 choice over Turn 2 Last, who did show good speed with a nice middle move. Sister Star finishing in the 3rd spot after chasing in the early part of the going, held on well at 11-to-1. Unfortunately, this race marred by the breakdown of Sweet JoJo about 50 yards out after making a nice bid into this pace. She did unfortunately suffer a life-ending injury. She was euthanized on the track. Rider Corey Lannery, who was unseated when the filly broke down, did end up reporting that he had some pain, particularly in the knee, and has taken off his mounts for the remaining portion of the weekend. The winner, Stellar Jane, a gray or roan 2-year-old daughter of Wild Rush from To the Hunt by Relaunch, was bred in Kentucky by Windhill Farm, owned by Spendthrift Farm and trained by Wayne Lucas, ridden to victory by Cornelio Velasquez. Stellar Jane covers the mile of the Pocahontas in 1:38 and 4. We're going to head right back to Churchill Downs now to the brother race to the Pocahontas, the Grade 3 Iroquois, $100,000. Once again, 2-year-olds going the flat mile. Let's head back down to Kentucky in the running of the Iroquois.
Off and running in the Iroquois. Blushing Indian from the far outside of the front. War Image, a firm load. Pro Prado right there with Grand Score and the Cliff's Edge up the inside. Then 5-card Monty. Up the chute, War Image takes the early lead by a length and a half in front of a firm load racing second. Blushing Indian third to the outside. Corbin Gold under ice hold racing in the 4th spot. Then it's Pro Prado in 5th by just ahead to Grand Score. 5-card Monty on the inside. Then the Cliff's Edge starts to pick his way through traffic. And Mutachi at the back is 8 lengths off the pace. They're well bunched. The quarter was solid 22-2. War Image and Dean Butler by a length and a half now in front of Blushing Indian, tracking second. 5-card Monty the Gray edging up at the rail third. Corbin Gold races in 4th. The Cliff's Edge all the way up into 5th into contention now. Behind that comes Pro Prado, then Grand Score. 2 farther back to Mutachi. And at the back of the pack, the trailer, Long Shot of Firm Load. Half down the straightaway, quick, 45-second flat. Around the turn they go. Blushing Indian takes it to front running War Image now. The Cliff's Edge, a big danger in 3rd. Corbin Gold racing 4th and shaken up. 4 back to Grand Score, who starts to pick off horses one by one. Then Pro Prado and 5-card Monty to the top of the lane at the quarter pole. Blushing Indian short lead, pounced on by the Cliff's Edge. And the Cliff's Edge is cut loose now and opens up by under Shane Sellers by 2.5 or 3. Corbin Gold up into the 2nd spot now. Grand Score far outside his 3rd, whips out on Blushing Indian. It's all the Cliff's Edge. He's pouring it on here. The Cliff's Edge now by 4. Corbin Gold holding on his 2nd. Grand Score is 3rd. The Cliff's Edge awesome here. The Cliff's Edge wins the Iroquois, pulling off by 6. Corbin Gold was 2nd. Grand Score ran 3rd. Then Pro Prado. And pouring it on here. The Cliff's Edge now by 4. Corbin Gold holding on his 2nd. Grand Score is 3rd. The Cliff's Edge awesome here. The Cliff's Edge wins the Iroquois, pulling off by 6. Corbin Gold was 2nd. Grand Score ran 3rd. Then Pro Prado in 1:35-2.
Aaron here simply romps to a 7+ length victory as the 2-to-1 choice. Corbin Gold sitting just off the pace in the early going, held on to the 2nd spot with Grand Score, a recent Keeneland maiden breaker, 2nd choice in the wagering, and ran nicely from off the pace in a 4 or 5 wide move under Pat Day to finish in the 3rd spot. May also be a colt to keep your eye on. The winner, the Cliff's Edge, is a dark bay or brown 2-year-old son of Gulch from Zigember by Danzig, bred by the Stoner Side Stable and owned by Robert V. LaPenta, trained by Nick Zito and ridden to victory by Shane Sellers. The Cliff's Edge covers the flat mile of the Iroquois in 1:35-2. We are going to pause now for a brief message, and when we return, we'll be heading to Chicago for Hawthorne Stakes weekend, as well as north of the border to Woodbine. Please stay with us.
This year, many thoroughbreds, no longer able to compete, join the ranks of racing's homeless. Since 1982, the Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation and its supporters have been providing help and hope for those in need. Creating opportunities where once there were none, the TRF, together with the racing industry, is meeting the challenge, taking care of their own. Yesterday's innovative concepts, combining the TRF's rescue mission with educational and rehabilitation goals, have become today's life-saving success stories and a track record of unsurpassed growth. Safely retired thoroughbreds are now enjoying second careers, bringing responsibility, healing, and purpose to the lives of those who need it most. With your help, we can continue our saving mission, ensuring many more horses the welcome home they so richly deserve.
Welcome back, everyone, to Horses and Courses. We're going to continue with our stakes racing action from the weekend in Chicago. We're heading to Hawthorne for the running of the Robert F. Carey Memorial, Grade 3, $150,000 on the turf. Let's head to Chicago and the running of the Carey Memorial.
They're off. On the outside, Canaveral is showing early speed. McMahon along the rail came away well. Moving up on the outside, Major Rhythm 3rd. Desert Dancer between horses 4th. Hustling up on the outside, Moonshine Hall 3 wide into the turn 5th. Mercenary came away 6th. Dale's Dearly Bred 7th. And Mystery Giver the early trailer as they make their way to the back stretch. Canaveral now opens up the lead by 2. McMahon racing in 2nd. Towards the inside in 3rd is Desert Dancer. Then in between horses, Major Rhythm hustling up on the far outside. Moonshine Hall now 4th, and that one's only 2 lengths from the leader. Major Rhythm back to 5th. Mercenary on the outside 6th. Dale's Dearly Bred the Gray saving ground along the rail and only 4.5 behind the leader. And Mystery Giver still can see them all. Mystery Giver about 7 from the leader as they race into the turn. It's still Canaveral with the lead. And into the turn, Canaveral the leader. Desert Dancer on the outside now 2nd. McMahon along the rail in third. Then on the outside, Moonshine Hall fourth. Mercenary looks for room fifth. Major Rhythm dropping back sixth. L's Dearly Bred seventh. Mystery Giver swings wide for the stretch run. It's wide open in the carry. On the inside, Canaveras. On the outside, Desert Dancer. Desert Dancer now takes the lead. Dropping back is Canaveras. Here's Mystery Giver out in the center of the course with Major Rhythm. Major Rhythm now takes the lead. Mystery Giver coming on the outside. Ales Dearly Bred moving up. Mystery Giver now takes the lead. A true Illinois champion. It's Mystery Giver to win the Carey Memorial. Mystery Giver won by a length. Ales Dearly Bred second, tight for third between Major Rhythm and Mercenary. In today's featured eighth race, the Robert F. Carey Memorial, unofficially number 2, Mystery Giver was first. 4 L's Dearly Bred second, 11 Major Rhythm third, and 8 Mercenary fourth. Please hold all tickets. The results are posted. Official time for the mile on the turf, 1:34.70.
A son of Dynaformer from Iowa by NASCAR, was bred in Illinois by David and Patricia Block, owned by Team Block Stable and trained by Chris Block in a family affair. A horse that has done very well throughout the Midwest and especially seems to like running at the fairgrounds. We'll probably see him in some of their stakes over the winter time as well. Mystery Giver, ridden to victory by Carlos Marquez, covers the flat mile on the firm turf course in 1:34.3. We're going to head next north of the border to Woodbine for the running of the Grade 3 Maple Leaf. $150,000 on offer for 3-year-olds and up fillies and mares going 1.25 miles on the main track. Let's head to Canada now in the running of the Maple Leaf.
They're at the post. They're off in the Maple Leaf Stakes. Winning chance from the extreme outside, 1 for Rose. Aggressive in the early going. Then we have Clouds of Gold. Raylene is toward the rail. And it's 1 for Rose to dictate the early pace. Winning chances second as they move in front of us for the first time. And Ramsamy is trying to get 1 for Rose to relax out there on the lead. 1 for Rose through an opening 1/4 mile in 24.2. Winning chances second, Clouds of Gold to the inside third. Royal Dalliance clear of trouble in 4th position. Then we have a Classic Stamp in 5th, 6 lengths off the lead. A ground-saving turn for Raylene. Tough Chick is to her outside. And trailing this field is Rich Mist. 1 for Rose out in the 2 path. Her ears are pricked, awaiting a cue from Ramsamy off a 49-second opening half mile. 1 for Rose, cantering along on an easy lead. 1 for Rose by just over a length. Clouds of Gold to the inside second. Winning chances third. Royal Dalliance is between runners in 4th position. Classic Stamp remains in contention, 5 lengths off the lead. Then Tough Chick. Raylene has 11 lengths to make up, and in behind her is Rich Mist. 13-3 for 3/4. 1 for Rose. Leads by 2. Winning chance getting nudged now as they come to the 2.5 furlong marker. Then Clouds of Gold. Classic Stamp and Royal Dalliance. 1 for Rose. 1 for Rose inside the quarter pole. Winning chance is going to take a shot at her as they turn for home. 1 for Rose. Cable imploring. Winning chance to run after 1 for Rose. But 1 for Rose is under a hand ride by the 8th pole. 1 for Rose. Too impressive this afternoon. Total domination here. 1 for Rose, the easiest of winners in the Maple Leaf Stakes. Winning chance second, Clouds of Gold third, and Royal Dalliance fourth.
Waiting when I'm relaxing, when I'm going all the way off season sprint. But this horse, she's versatile. She can sprint as well as she can go long and sit. And his team, consists of, let's call it, Team Retire has done a great job with this filly all year this year and just move her along pretty nice. And I think special thanks to the groomers, really spent. I've never seen it.
The winner, 1 for Rose, is a dark bay or brown 4-year-old filly, a daughter of Tejano Run from Saucy Lady Gaylord by Lord Gaylord. Bred in Ontario by the Hill and Dale Farms, owned by Tucci Stable, trained by Sid C. Attard, and ridden to victory by Emil Ramsamy. 1 for Rose covers the 1.25 miles at Woodbine in 2:03.2. Heading next to Northern California for a pair of 3-year-old stakes, beginning with the Bay Meadows Derby, a Grade 3 $100,000 mile and 1/8 on the turf. Let's head to Northern California now in the running of the Bay Meadows Derby.
Here
Here they come. Winning Stripes broke very alertly. Ead picks up the running from the inside. Keywin is forwardly placed from the far outside. Mediator is fourth through the early stages. Stanley Park gets to the rail. B. Repetitus is inside of Zigant. And the early trailer is Condo Thierry. Past the grandstand for the first time. Ead to set the pace, 3/4 of a length. Keywin to keep him honest on the front end. Winning Stripes is third outside of Mediator with a ground-saving trip. And then we're going to beat Repetitus. 3 wide entering the clubhouse run. Zigant is the farthest out. And towards the inside is Stanley Park. The early trailer remains Condo Thierry. Ead will set the pace. He enters the Longden Lawns backstretch run 3/4 of a length in front of Keywin, who is applying mild pressure. Keywin is beautifully positioned to the flank of Ead. It's 3 back to the undefeated 3-year-old Mediator. He has more than 3.5 to make up. And they're going to beat Repetitus outside of Winning Stripes. 2.5 to Stanley Park, 2 to Zigant. And it's almost a length to Condo Thierry. 23 seconds for the opening quarter, 48 seconds for the half. Up the Longden Lawns backstretch run. Ead with the lead, half a length. Keywin is poised to attack on the outside. Keywin is beautifully positioned with 3 furlongs to travel. It's more than 3 to beat Repetitus. A length back to Mediator. Stanley Park's getting involved. Soon a lap fourth. He has 4 to make up. Winning Stripes is 6 from the front. Zigant has a good 7 to make up. And at the back of the pack is Condo Thierry. 3/4, 111. They're at the top of the lane in the Bay Meadows Derby. Keywin gets a challenge from B. Repetitus. And here comes Stanley Park to the outside. Stanley Park's gearing up for a huge stretch run. He finds the front outside of B. Repetitus. Keywin is back to third. Zigant has fourth to himself. But it's all Stanley Park and Eric St. Martin. Stanley Park wins the Bay Meadows Derby very impressively over B. Repetitus. Keywin for third. And Zigant finished fourth for the Superfecta.
Repetitus, who has been a fairly consistent Southern and Northern California turfer all year. Keywin rallies, or shows good speed rather, to hold on to finish third. He did track the early pace in here set by Ead, but had nothing left when Stanley Park and Bis Repetitus made their moves. The winner, Stanley Park, is a chestnut 3-year-old son of Swain from Tricky Bird by Stormbird, bred in Kentucky by Fred Seitz, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Jerome Moss and trained by John Sheriffs, ridden to victory by Eric St. Martin. Stanley Park covers the 1 1/8 at the Bay Meadows Turf Course in 1:48 and 4. Continuing at Bay Meadows now with the Bay Meadows Lassie. $60,000 for 2-year-old fillies going a flat mile. Let's head to California and the running of the Bay Meadows Lassie.
Ready for the Bay Meadows Lassie Stakes. And there they go. Very Vegas broke outward, impeding Gentleman's Girl. Very Vegas is out for the lead with Secret Corsage and Strawberries and Cream third to the far outside. Gentleman's Girl is fourth outside of Church Editor. As anticipated, Very Vegas to set the pace. She leads by more than a length into the clubhouse run. Secret Corsage will follow the pace from the second spot. Strawberries and Cream is third with about 3 to make up. It's more than 2 to Gentleman's Girl outside of Church Editor. 22 and 3 for the opening quarter. Very Vegas ensures a good honest pace in the Bay Meadows Lassie. She leads by about 2 from Secret Corsage. And then it's 3 to Strawberries and Cream. And there goes Gentleman's Girl advancing up into the third spot with about 3.5 to make up on Very Vegas. Church Editor is the trailer, and she has more than 4.5 to make up. Very Vegas leads by more than a length up the Bay Meadows backstretch run. 46 seconds for the half. Secret Corsage is right there, getting a little closer. She's to the flank of Very Vegas. Gentleman's Girl is third, joined by Church Editor. They have 4 to make up inside the 3/8, and it's about 3 to Strawberries and Cream. Very Vegas continues to set the pace, and she leads 3/4 of a length near the quarter pole. Secret Corsage continues to apply some pressure from second. Church Editor's third with 4 to make up. We've got a Gentleman's Girl and Strawberries and Cream. 3/4, 110 and 2. Very Vegas has led every step. She arrives at the 8th pole with a 2-length advantage. Secret Corsage continues to chase her from second. Church Editor is third, and she has 4 to make up. 16th from the wire, Very Vegas. Secret Corsage is going to try her once again. And third is Church Editor, Very Vegas, and Secret Corsage, Very Vegas. Very Vegas for 3 in a row. She goes wire to wire in the Bay Meadows Lassie Stakes. Secret Corsage for second, and Church Editor checked in third.
Tivoli. The winner, Very Vegas, is a bay 2-year-old daughter of Storm Boot from Purely Excessive by In Excess. Bred in Kentucky by the Everest Stable and owned by the breeder, trained by Terry Knight and ridden to victory by Russell Bays. Very Vegas covers the flat mile of the Bay Meadows Lassie in 1:37 and 1. One more Southern California race to bring to you. That's the Pinjarra Stakes for 2-year-olds on the turf at Santa Anita on Saturday. A flat mile here, a restricted stakes race, but often a race used as a prep race for the Generous run later on in the season at Hollywood Park. Let's head back to California and take a look at the running of the Pinjarra.
It's in. And away they go. Kiss and Tie from the inside gate is out fast. Presumption shows early speed. The Herc is in the center. Just in behind that comes General Moody, a joint fourth. Lucky Pulpit going to be forced to go wide. Crypto Vinsky's in the leading group as well. Leah Man down at the rail, then True Contender. And then we drop back to Rush Into Heaven. And Nister Brer, the grey, is at the back, but only 6 lengths would cover them all. They run to the 3/4 pole and Presumption setting a good pace. The Herc has taken a good hold on the outside. General Moody between horses. Lucky Pulpit on the outside of that. They followed by Kiss and Tie in the 5th position. Then we come back to Crypto Vinsky, 4 lengths off the leaders. True Contenders on the outside. Leah Man tucked in at the rail. Nister Brer is now 5 off the leaders and 2 more to Rush Into Heaven. They run to the half-mile pole. The Herc on the outside. General Moody between them and Presumption at the rail. 3 of them in a line. Lucky Pulpit 4th, then True Contender. In behind that comes Crypto Vinsky, 5 off the leaders. Nister Brer's alongside of that, then Rush Into Heaven. Leah Man and Kiss and Tie has lost ground at the rail. Past the 3/8 they go. Presumption still just a narrow leader. General Moody right there. The Herc is in 3rd. Lucky Pulpit 4th. In behind that, Crypto Vinsky, Nister Brer, the grey, still 6 off the leaders. They turn for home. Presumption on the inside. General Moody between them. The Herc on the outside. Rush Into Heaven coming with a nice run. Rush Into Heaven on the grandstand side. And Nister Brer, the grey, squeezing between horses. A cavalry charge to the wire. Rush Into Heaven. Presumption. Lucky Pulpit. Nister Brer. But it's going to be Rush Into Heaven. Rush Into Heaven. Lucky Pulpit. Close between those two. Into Heaven coming with a nice run. Rush Into Heaven on the grandstand side. And Nister Brer, the grey, squeezing between horses. A cavalry charge to the wire. Rush Into Heaven. Presumption. Lucky Pulpit. Nister Brer. But it's going to be Rush Into Heaven. Rush Into Heaven. Lucky Pulpit. Close between those two. Nister Brer was 3rd and Presumption finished 4th.
Rush Into Heaven is a chestnut 2-year-old son of Wild Rush from Glimpse of Heaven by Majestic Light. He was bred in Kentucky by the Glen Crest Farm Limited, owned by Jason Wood and trained by Paul Aguirre. Ridden to victory by Iggy Puglisi, Rush Into Heaven covers the flat mile on the turf in 1:37 and 1. We are going to pause now for one more brief message, and when we return, we'll be taking a look at the stakes racing action from the opening week at the Big A. Please stay with us.
NYBreds.com, the online home of Thoroughbred Racing's best incentive program. NYBreds.com features sales and racing news, farm tours, articles by some of racing's top riders, the latest results, plus photos and streaming video of New York bred stakes races. Here comes Critical Eye, and Critical Eye has won. NYBreds.com has something for everyone. If racing is your full-time business, you want to see the leaders in both owner and breeder awards, and a list of stallion earnings courtesy of the Blood Horse. Racing fans will want to see the latest press releases from both Naira and Finger Lakes, plus contests where you can cast your vote for New York bred divisional champions, or even name a newborn foal. Want to take your interest in racing to the next level? NYBreds.com shows how being an owner or breeder can be both fun and rewarding. Thanks to the New York Breeding and Racing Program. NYBreds.com has it all. That's NYBreds.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Horses and Courses. We're going to continue now with the opening week stakes racing action from the Big A. Always seems like a long time at Aqueduct, but there is some really good and exciting racing going on throughout the wintertime in New York. The winter meeting kicked off, actually the fall Aqueduct meeting kicked off on Wednesday with the Discovery Handicap, a grade $300,000 9-furlong event for 3-year-olds. A race that a couple of weeks ago it looked like Funnyside might actually return in. We did not have the Derby winner, but we had a good 8-horse field nonetheless. Let's head down to the Big A in the running of the Discovery.
And they're off, and Enduring is sent to the front. Sharp Impact is there on the outside. Congrats toward the rail. Unforgettable Max has come away running in 4th. Then it's Conservation 5th, and Amarato alongside him is 6th. At the back are Newfoundland and Colita. Sharp Impact takes command in the first furlong here. And Enduring backs off a bit to run along in 2nd. Unforgettable Max very eager on the outside, while 3rd. A break of another 2 lengths back to Congrats, who's 4th. Inamorado 5th on the outside, a little hard to handle. And then it's Newfoundland, followed by Conservation, who's tailing off to the back of the pack. And the trailer is Colita. Racing up the backstretch now. The quarter went in 23 3/5 seconds with Sharp Impact the leader. Shadowed by Enduring. And on the outside, Unforgettable Max cruising along while 3rd. They've run the half in 47 seconds flat. Inamorado is now 4th, just outside of Newfoundland and Congrats. Another 2.5 lengths back to Colita and Conservation. They're at the half-mile pole. Sharp Impact, Enduring 1-2. Unforgettable Max continues to keep pace with them on the outside 3rd. And as they round the far turn, Sharp Impact throws in the towel. Unforgettable Max powers up to grab a short lead. And Enduring, emboldened by that challenge, comes right back. Those two are running head-to-head as they approach the top of the stretch with Inamorado under the whip and running in 3rd. Congrats is 4th toward the inside. Newfoundland and Conservation in the field turns for home. Unforgettable Max and Enduring slugging it out. They've been at each other for a quarter mile, and they're inseparable with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Unforgettable Max on the outside in an all-out drive. Enduring digs down these two, neither giving an inch. And then farther back, it's Inamorado running in 3rd. They're coming down to the finish. Nothing between Enduring and Unforgettable Max. A driving finish. Here's the wire. Looks like Enduring, maybe. Unforgettable Max right there. Those two head-to-head under the line.
Enduring, who has really turned out to be a very nice middle distance horse, handling the mud here as he did not do earlier on this year when he shipped in from California for the Bay Shore. This time gets a perfect ride under Jose Santos, showing good speed every step of the way. Unforgettable Max not able to get his nose down in front. It was a length and 3/4 back to Inamorado at 9-1 in the 3rd spot. Favorite in the field was Congrats, who had tried Grade 1 Stakes Company over the summertime in the Traverse, found that a little difficult, dropped back last time out with a very nice performance, but here never really got into the running after running between horses early. Perhaps the muddy track was not to his liking on Wednesday afternoon. The winner of the Discovery, Enduring, is a dark bay or brown 3-year-old colt, the son of Cherokee Run from Blading Saddle by Blade. He was bred in Kentucky by Gulf States Racing II, and he is owned by Mattress Mac, James McInvale, trained by Bob Baffert and ridden to victory by Jose Santos. Enduring covers the mile and an 1/8 in the muddy track at Aqueduct in 1:51 flat. Going to head right back to the Big A now for the running of the Knickerbocker Handicap, a grade 2 $150,000 mile and an 1/8 on the turf. Let's head back down to New York in the running of the Knickerbocker.
And they're off. Millennium Dragon and Quiet Ruler away quickly. Del Mar Show down toward the inside. From the outside, Request for Parole and Tam's Terms. As they make the bend onto the main course, and Millennium Dragon will be the early leader. Quiet Ruler sitting off him, runs along in 2nd. Del Mar Show gets a perfect spot early, just in behind the lead and saving ground in 3rd. And then it's Tam's Turns, who's tugging his way up 4th on the outside. Request for Parole is now 5th. Better Talk now 6th toward the inside. Quest Star in and among horses, running in 7th, and Slough Valley is 8th. Blazing Fury is 9th on the outside of Donna the Condor. And at the back of the pack in the early going are Deputy Strike and Tau Chetty. Millennium Dragon steps out to lead now by 1.5 lengths. Quiet Ruler is chasing, running in 2nd. On the inside, Del Mar Show, under stout restraint, is hard held while running along in 3rd. Tam's Terms on the outside in the clear and running along in 4th. Better Talk now and Request for Parole. On their outside, Slough Valley, that group's about 7 lengths from the lead. And then it's Quest Star, now about 8 or 9 lengths from front-running Millennium Dragon. Dawn of the Condor, Blazing Fury, Deputy Strike, and the trailer is still Tauchetti. The half and 50 seconds flat over the off-going here, and it's Millennium Dragon still holding that lead over Quiet Ruler. Del Mar Show has had a perfect journey so far, running third and saving ground all the way, just ready to roll now. On the outside, Tam's Terms working a bit harder to hold fourth. And then it's Better Talk Now, fifth. Request for Parole. Quest Stars in a tough spot down toward the inside with 6 horses in front of them. They're at the top of the stretch. A Millennium Dragon's in an all-out drive. And Del Mar Show is cut loose as they come to the final eighth. And Better Talk Now is uncorking his rally now. Then Tam Terms fourth, followed by Quest Star. Down to the final 100 yards. Millennium Dragon, Better Talk Now, and Del Mar Show. Those 3 driving finish. Here comes Better Talk Now, who surges on the outside to get it. Better Talk Now wins by a neck.
Millennium Dragon had set the pace. Del Mar Show stalking every step of the way. Better Talk Now back in about the 5th spot or so throughout much of the going, but came clear late, just drawing clear by about a half a length over Del Mar Show in a very impressive effort coming up from Kentucky. The winner, Better Talk Now, is a 4-year-old bay gelding, a son of Talkin' Man from Bendita by Baldsky, who was bred in Kentucky by the Wimborne Farm. He's owned by Brushwood Stable, trained by Graham Motion, and ridden to victory by Edgar Prado. Better Talk Now covers the 1 1/8 on the turf course rated good in 150 and 2. We're going to head right back to the main track now for the Turn Back the Alarm, a great $300,000 1 1/8 for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares. Let's head back to New York in the call of the Turn Back the Alarm.
And they're off. Hocus Hocus, she's got the beat, and Miss Linda racing for the lead together with Lady Liberty in behind them. Just off them on their outside, Misty Sixes. And the early trailer will be late running Nonsuch Bay. Hocus Hocus, Miss Linda head-to-head for the lead. She's got the beat, is reined in to sit off the speed duel, and the rider had to check there. Hocus Hocus very ranked, difficult to handle, and Misty Sixes taken a bit wide around the first turn. Lady Liberty settles down to let the battle play out before her, and the trailer, Nonsuch Bay, 7 lengths from Miss Linda, the leader now by a length. Miss Linda in front, and her shadow is Hocus Hocus. The opening quarter went in 24 and 2/5 seconds. Misty Sixes, eager, hard-held, and up close to the pace, running along in third. She's got the beat, is settled into an easy beat down the backstretch, 4 lengths from the lead. Lady Liberty's alongside her. Nonsuch Bay, 4 lengths from the rest, with 5 furlongs remaining. The pace is very sensible here, 49 seconds flat for the opening half mile. Richard Migliore giving Miss Linda just a bit more rein to work with at the half-mile pole. Out there on a relaxed hold with the lead, 3/4 of length. There's really only mild pressure from Hocus Hocus, and now beginning to turn up that pressure as they round the far turn. Misty Sixes is now sent after the lead, 3 furlongs out. She's got the beat just in behind the lead, right there fourth. And Hocus Hocus takes the lead right there. It's Hocus Hocus in front. She's got the beat, slices her way through it. Oh, she took a bad step there again, and she's got the beat. She's got the beats being pulled up. And that leaves Hocus Hocus with the lead. Clear by 3 now. Nonsuch Bay is cut loose and is coming with her late run just outside of Miss Linda. But less than a furlong to go, and Hocus Hocus has stolen away to lead by 5, and she's going to win it here. Nonsuch Bay and Miss Linda, and they're coming down to the finish. And it's Hocus Hocus who bounds under the line, the clear-cut winner, 5.5 lengths ahead.
Her running in front of horses. She was asked by Jose Santos to try to rate behind Miss Linda, and she finally did settle down. When Miss Linda showed some signs of weakening, Hocus Hocus went up and engaged, perhaps aided by the unfortunate injury to She's Got the Beat, who did pull up during the running, but Hocus Hocus ends up drawing clear easily by 5 lengths. It's the 12-1 outsider, one of the 2 outsiders in the field. This is a mare who has loved Aqueduct and especially the inner track, picking up her first graded stakes win over the surface. Nonsuch Bay did rally nicely from last into second. Miss Linda holding on for third. As of the time we go in studio, I was not able to get any further information on She's Got the Beat other than that her injury appears to be career-threatening but not life-threatening, and there is a very strong possibility that we may have seen the last of She's Got the Beat on the racetrack, but it does not appear as of Monday morning that she is in any grave danger for her life. The winner, Pocus Hocus, is a gray or roan 5-year-old daughter of Quiet American from Cadabra Abra by Al Hattab. Bred in Kentucky by David Allen, owned by Susan and John Moore, who have swept consecutive Saturday stakes in New York, first with Voodoo and now with Pocus Hocus, trained by Jimmy Jerkins and ridden to victory by Jose Santos. Pocus Hocus covers the 1 1/8 at the Big A in 150 and 3. One more stakes race on the weekend. At the Nashua Stakes, a grade $300,000 flat mile for 2-year-olds. Let's head down to New York in the running of the Nashua.
And the Value Plus stumbled badly and threw the rider right out of the gate. Value Plus has unseated John Velasquez at the start after stumbling badly. The field moving up the chute, and Read the Footnotes and Paddington are joined together on the lead, with Zuzoman running in third, and Good Reward is running along in fourth. Then in between horses, it's Charismatic Rob, followed by Novitas. Who is Chris G is there about 6 wide down the backstretch. Big Booster is coming through and opening on the inside, and the riderless horse is Value Plus. John Velasquez is up and walking about, does not appear to be seriously injured. A 23-2 opening quarter, and the leader is Read the Footnotes. Paddington running along in second. Ramon Dominguez has a handful there with Paddington. 3 lengths back, Big Booster being asked to keep up to the pace. 4 lengths behind the duel, developing up front the half in 46 1/5 seconds. Farther back in the field, Zuzoman's under a ride. Who is Chris G is now a distant fifth, about 12 lengths from the leaders with less than 3 furlongs to go. Then it's Charismatic Rob, Good Reward, and Motivus. Coming to the top of the stretch, Paddington by ahead. Read the Footnotes right there, and those two are stride for stride as the field turns for home. Read the Footnotes is all out. Paddington is all out. Read the Footnotes is beginning to prevail. Paddington is under an all-out drive, but has now dropped a length and a half behind, and it's 6 lengths back to the third horse, Big Booster, and farther back, Who is Chris G. But they're inside the final 100 yards, and Jerry Bailey's got it wrapped up with Read the Footnotes. Paddington clearly second best. Who is Chris G? A well-beaten third. Stewards will take no action concerning the start.
Throat surgery in the interim returns at 3-1 and romps by 2 1/4 lengths on the front end under Jerry Bailey. Paddington back in the second spot, chasing almost every stretch of the way. It was a long way back to Longshot Bomb. Who is Chris G? In the third spot, of course, the beginning of this race marred by the stumbling start to Value Plus. He did drop John Velasquez on the track. It appeared that he probably grabbed a quarter, reaching up underneath his body with his hind legs, grabbing the back part of a front hoof, causing him to lift that foot suddenly off the ground, lose his balance, and go down. When I watched the slow-mo, it appeared that that was probably what he did. John Velasquez appears to be okay, but obviously a very big disappointment. The odds-on choice, picking up a stumbling start, losing his rider, and costing him any chance, obviously, at all. But hopefully he will be back. Todd Pletcher's very expensive youngster from earlier on this year debuted impressively at Saratoga and has yet to win since that event, but still is considered a 2-year-old with a great deal of potential. Nonetheless, the winner, very impressive. He is now a 3-time winner. He broke his maiden in Saratoga, came back with an allowance victory, disappointed in the Champagne, but now appears to be back on track once more with this win in the Nashua. Read the Footnotes. Another New York bred winning an open graded stakes race. I believe this makes 8 on the season. Read the Footnotes is a bay 2-year-old son of Smoke Glacken from Baden Bell by El Nasser. Bred in New York by Lawrence Goichman. He's owned by Klaravich Stable and trained by Rick Violet. Ridden to victory by Jerry Bailey. Read the Footnotes covers the flat mile of the Grade 3 Nashua in 1:36 and 2. That wraps up another weekend's worth of stakes racing action. We hope you've enjoyed the program, and will be able to join us again next week for Horses and Courses when we go over another week's worth of stakes racing action from around the country. Until then, I'm Jean Wood. Have a great week at the races.